2K17 is often regarded as one of the best 2Ks of all time, if not the best 2K of all time by a lot of people. Most of those people being from the park community or the dribbling community. A lot of people blew up back then. Agent, Davis, Hank the Tank. Most of the talk around the game is high praise and people talking about how good the game was. But is that actually the case? 2K17 came out on September 20th, 2016. This is coming fresh off of 2K16, which is regarded as one of the best, is my personal favorite 2K of all time. So off the rip, it has some pretty big expectations to live up to. Now let's be clear here, not everybody was as high on 2K16 as they are now. You see that happen a lot of times with 2K community now, where they be like, oh, this game is trash in the current time, and then when the game ends, people be like, oh, the game is so good. But yeah, overall, people were pretty high on 2K16 and liked the game. So then I guess 2K thought it was a good idea to just take the exact same parks from 2K16 and put them in 2K17. We'll only make them night. That right there should have been a major red flag for the 2K community. Any other time that's happened after that, bro, people have not let 2K hit the end of it. Remember in 2K19 to 20, when they gave us the same exact neighborhood and people were crying and everybody was mad, rightfully so. Yeah, people were mad in 2K17 too. That was a big reason why we got the neighborhood in 2K18, because people wanted a new park so bad because they were tired of the same old parks they've been having for 2 years. We can go back even earlier than the release date, 2K16 on 2K TV, when they were talking about news for the next game. And here's a few things that Ron and 2K had to say about the game.
You know, the other thing that we get to do next year is finally Yeezys are coming to NBA 2K17.
Amazing.
Once you hit Legend 74 in my park, you get peeps. There's 74 levels, and he actually could dunk for you if you get the team. Speaking of listening to the community, finally, the most requested feature of all, mascot wars are coming to the game.
We had things like having a dog in the game, underwater parks, and Yeezys. Obviously, he was trolling just a little bit, but actually Yeezys were supposed to be in the game. They dropped a whole trailer where it was actually a really big selling point. And they were even in the prelude. I don't know what happened between the prelude and the game actually dropping, but they never made it to the official game. The only way you could have got them is if you got them in the prelude. Since then, we haven't seen any type of Yeezys at all, and I doubt we'll see them moving forward for obvious reasons. But yeah, off rip, we should have had our concerns right then and there when they were trolling about the news of the next game. So the game drops, and this is our introductory to the Archetypes system. Give us things like the slasher, the sharpshooter, the lockdown, all that type of stuff. It was no longer just inside-outside balance. It really set the foundations for the 2Ks after that. And the build system was pretty simple. You made your archetype, you specified the wingspan and weight and stuff like that, and you got 5 Hall of Fame badges for that specific build. So if you're a playmaker, you probably had like ankle breaker and dimer and stuff like that. Shot creator, you had difficult shots. Sharpshooter, you had limitless range. But that was one thing about 2K17. Every build was OP. Once you got that grand badge and once you got all of your Hall of Fame badges, there's nothing anybody could do to stop you. The lockdowns were OP, the sharpshooters were OP, the point forwards are really OP, post scorers are OP, the glass cleaners are OP. There wasn't a single build in the game that you could make that would be a bad build. So as far as build diversity, the game was actually good. But when it comes down to actual gameplay, the amount of canned ankle breakers and animations you would get put in once somebody got their grand badge was just absolutely insane. Once somebody got that grand badge, bro, you might as well just say goodbye, bro. Especially if they had that shot creating badge, it was over with. They were fading left and right. There's nothing you could do about it. Even if you got a hand up, you weren't getting a contest. Not only were the ankle breakers super duper OP, people forget the brick wall screens. Oh my God. You get hit with a brick wall screen, bro, it's like you got shot with a shotgun, bro, to the face. In GTRP, of course. Like, bro, there was nothing you could do about the screens in this game. People think it's bad now, bruh. There's nothing you could do. It was over with, bruh. Even if you had pick dodger Hall of Fame, bruh, it didn't matter, bruh. If he got Hall of Fame brick wall, he's putting you on the ground, bruh, every single time. Literally, all people would do is they get a shot creator, they get a glass cleaner, they set the Hall of Fame brick wall screen, shot creator come up. He's either gonna shoot the ball or he's gonna dump the ball down. One of two things. That's it. No other options. And there's nothing you could do about it. Nothing at all. Now, besides the gameplay negatives on the park side, the positive was the dribbling. Now, the dribbling in this game, I will give us credit. This is the best dribbling that 2K has ever had, point blank period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. People were hitting crazy stuff on 2K17, like stuff where I don't even know how they were comprehending what they were doing with their hands, bruh. Literally, people were getting 500,000 views on these dribble tutorials or dribble mixtape videos. Like, if you dropped a dribble mixtape and it was fire, that was the way to blow up back in 2K17. And this started a whole wave of new dribble heads after that. Now, once you got over the gameplay that was very, very iffy, you had the servers. The servers in 2K17 were just like any other 2K, but they're probably a little bit worse than 17. And while we're on the topic of servers, I talked about how the park was the same. Yeah, well, they wanted to add at least a park event called Park in the Dark, made by Snoop Dogg. I don't know if he made it or not. I'm pretty sure it was 2K's idea, but regardless, he was hosting the event in the game. It was the worst event To this day in 2K history, nobody could get a single game off. It was mad dark in there. The servers were crashing every 2 seconds. It was downright unplayable. People still talk about it to this day, bro. So when you look at the gameplay, the fact that the parts were the same and the fact that the servers were absolutely terrible, it's not a good look for this game. The MyCareer was actually a pretty decent story. You had the whole Prez thing going on with Orange Juice. It was basically when you and Orange Justice, which was Michael B. Jordan, when y'all popped off and y'all started scoring with each other, y'all was able to control each other. Well, you was able to control both of them, however it was. But basically, you could control both of the characters in Orange Juice. It was you and Michael B. Jordan. But then that brings us to the offline play. Anybody who's played this game offline will tell you that it was absolutely a terrible experience. The AI would literally just sit at the top of the key for 20 seconds, pass it to somebody, and they check up a shot every single time down the floor. If you started getting hot in MyCareer, they're gonna have somebody double team you from somewhere that just doesn't make sense. Say you're at the top of the key, they're gonna have somebody from the far left corner come and double team you. All you gotta do is just pass to the corner. It's easy assist. As far as the other game modes like My Team and stuff, I can't really speak for those game modes. I know that people like the My Team in 2K17, so I think it was a pretty good My Team. So what is my conclusion? Do I think it's the best 2K of all time? No. Do I think it's the worst? Probably not. But I definitely think that it's overrated. I just think that they'll drop products that have been more complete and better in the future and in the past. I think that 14, 16, 20 are all better games than this. And this is my personal hot take, but I like 2K22. I think the 2K22 was a better product than this. And I was saying I like 22 when 2K22 was out. I'm not one of the people that's like, oh, I hate the game that's current, and then they like the old game. Hey, that's just my opinions. Y'all can drop y'all's in the comments, man. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for more videos, man. We're gonna be doing a lot of stuff, new stuff like gameplay and stuff like that, going to 2K24, news drops, stuff like that. Make sure you subscribe, man, and actually hit the Twitch link in the description. Catch y'all next time, man. Peace.